This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, everyone. I am Rajni Jain on behalf of agricultureinformation.com. I'd like to welcome you all to this online meeting. Please take a moment to review the guidelines for this online meeting posted in the chat window. I now request the moderator, Mr. Lakshmipati, to introduce the speaker and start the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Rajini. Good evening, everyone. I am Lakshmipati. I will be moderating this meeting. Agricultureinformation.com likes to welcome to this meeting Ms. Simmi Ranjan Kumar, a postdoctoral researcher at Department of Biotechnology, Mahidol University, Thailand. Ms. Simmi Ranjan Kumar will be speaking on the topic value addition of underutilized crops such as millets and legumes. I now request the speaker to begin.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, madam.
I'm Dr. Simmi Ranjan Kumar. Currently, I'm working as a postdoctoral researcher in Mahidol University, Thailand. And today I'm going to talk about value addition of underutilized crops, such as millets and legumes. These are the contents. First of all, introduction, then underutilized crops, underutilized cereal crops, the potential role of underutilized cereal crops, benefits of underutilized crops, and value-added products from this, and conclusion. So first of all, underutilized crops. As we know, underutilized crops, nowadays, everywhere we are talking about underutilized crops. So these crops are not new for us. These are the crops that we are using from a long time, even ancient time. Our ancestors used to use it as a fiber, fodder, feed, oil, and medicinal use, but over the time, it reduces its importance. It is also a part of sustainable food system. A sustainable food system is a process in which we are securing food and nutrition for today, and same time we are securing for future as well. Right now we are estimated 300,000 plant species we have, and approximately 500,000 approximately 500 plant species we are using, and apart from this, only 20 to 30% plant we are consuming as a food. So that is the reason we are talking about the underutilized. We have enough food, but we don't know the importance, we don't know the value of these foods. That's why these foods are still neglected and underused. These are the problems basically we are facing worldwide. First of all, emerging population, which leads to food insecurity, then malnutrition in children and lactating mother, specifically in developing countries. It's very common. And in developed countries, people nowadays, they are facing gluten allergy, lack of immunity. If we have lack of immunity, it will prone to chronic diseases. According to FAO, some South Asian countries, specifically India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh, we are prone to malnutrition and higher in the South Asian countries. First of all, we are always talking about malnutrition, undernutrition in kids, but we never talk about that same time the nutrition value of mother and malnutrition in mother. The root cause is always, we always focus the main problem, like kids are suffering from undernourishment, malnourishment, but how we can overcome it. If a mother is getting proper food, she will definitely pass the proper nutrients, adequate amount of diet to the baby or newly born or neonatal. So how we can reduce this? What we can do, we can take care these things from beginning, like from pregnancy period to the lactation whole period. So according to WHO, Undernutrition is estimated around 2.7 million children death annually. And according to UNICEF, in India, 1/3 women in reproductive age in India are undernourished. So what is basically undernourishment? Especially in lactating mother. In lactating mother, if a mother cannot get proper diet, specifically energy and nutrients, then it will known as maternal depletion and undernourished lactating mother. During lactation period, mother's nutritional requirement 30% increases compared to a normal woman or pregnant woman. They need more iron, more zinc, folate, calcium, and copper, energy, and protein, plus mental and physical health. So we cannot do anything in physical and mental state of mother right now as a food technologist, but as a food technologist, what we can do, we can develop a healthy, nutritious, and mineral rich food that can be helpful to reduce the undernutrition in lactating mother as well as in kids. So this is the nutritional value of normal intake of women, then pregnant women, and in lactating women. So as we can see, the energy requirement during normal and during pregnancy and lactation, it increases quite high. And if we see, the protein content is almost double. And same time, during the pregnancy, the folate, the iron rich food we need a lot. So these are the nutritional requirement a mother need during the pregnancy or during the lactation period. So what it will affect to kids, if a mother will not get enough food, then she will not able to give the adequate amount of food to the newly borns, and then it it later it will go to stunted growth and prone to diseases. And if this malnutrition will go to early childhood, then it can be devastating and permanent. So according to some data, 178 million undernourished children in the world, and according to some more data, they are telling like 3.5 to 5 million annual deaths among children under 5 years old. And then if we compare well-nourished children and malnourished children, the malnourished children are physically, emotionally, and intellectually, they are less productive than well-nourished kids. So now these are the problems we know, and we figured it out. Now world is suffering from these things. And last year, according to survey, India is one of the country, they have undernourished kids under the age 5. So we can develop some kind of nutritious food, some kind of functional food that can be helpful for mother as well, for kids as well, and same time aged people also. So to overcome these problems, what we can do, we can focus on those underutilized crops that are very healthy, same time very nutritious, but not uh, that much well known for people. So millets. Basically, millets are nutrient-rich crops. It is globally grown in limited areas. It is used as food feed fodder purpose. So these are some millets: finger millets, foxtail millets, proso millet, little millet, kodo millet, and barnyard millet. So basically, these millets are cultivated in Asia, North America, Europe, Australia, and some part of uh, uh, America as well. So in Asia, specifically, we found in India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Myanmar, Japan, Korea, and China. In Nepal also, they are consuming a lot of millets. So these are some benefits of millets. First of all, it is helpful in food and nutritional security. it can combat all kind of climatic conditions such as high temperature, low pH, less water and drought tolerance, as well as it is less affected by biotic and abiotic stresses, and it is high in micronutrient content, particularly in calcium, iron and high dietary fiber. So these are the underutilized millets. According to FAO, these millets are considered as underutilized crops. Same time, they said these crops have potential to be a future food. So these millets, foxtail millet, kodo millet, little millet, and porso millet, they considered under underutilized crops. Same time, future food, future smart food, and they are saying these foods can also sustainable development, as it is also helpful for sustaining the sustainable development goal, and also combat the zero hunger. Finger millet. Finger millet basically domesticated in Eastern Africa 5,000 years ago. In India, it was introduced in 3,000 years ago. It is a staple food in Eastern, Central Africa and India. Major finger millet producing countries are Uganda, India, Nepal and China. In India, finger millets are grown in about 1.13 million hectares. And in Nepal, it is a fourth major cereal crop, which is cultivated in 0.27 hectares. Foxtail millet. Foxtail millet basically domesticated in China and Europe around 10,500 years ago. It is also cultivated in Asia, Europe, North America, Australia. It is valued for drought tolerance, short duration. This crop basically in Africa, they used as a forage as an essential food for human consumption. Basically, they are using in India, China, Korea, and Japan. China is the top producer of foxtail millet, around 1.81 million tons. In India, this is mostly cultivated in Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Rajasthan, Tamil Nadu, and Chhattisgarh. Proso millet. Proso millet domesticated in China and Europe. It is also cultivated in Australia, Asia, North America, Europe, and Africa, used for feeding birds and livestock feed. If we see the top producer, US is the top producer of proso millet, and they are using this to feed bird feed and for the fodder. Little millet. Little millet was domesticated in India, particularly in eastern Ghats of India, where it forms an important part of tribal agriculture. Same time, it is cultivated in Sri Lanka, Nepal, and western Myanmar. Kodo millet. Kodo millet is domesticated in India about 3,000 years ago. It is cultivated by tribal people in small areas of throughout India, specifically Kerala, Tamil Nadu. In North Uttar Pradesh and West Bengal, it is cultivated in moist or shady place across the tropical and subtropical region of worldwide. Barnyard millet. In barnyard millet, E. crucigali, it is a species domesticated in Japan around 4,000 years ago. E. colonna is a species. It is domesticated in India. This is the fastest growing millets and it produces crops in 6 weeks. A barnyard millet, basically it is rich in protein, fat, fiber, carbohydrates, and if we compare to other millets, this is having more iron content. This is the nutritional values of underutilized millets. So basically nowadays we are consuming major crops, that is rice, wheat, maize. So here I am comparing with rice and wheat. So first of all, if we see the carbohydrate content is quite low than rice and wheat. And if we compare with the protein content, if we compare with the rice and wheat, the protein content is quite lower than wheat, but same time it is higher than the rice. Then dietary fiber much higher than the rice and wheat. Some people are looking for highly proteinous food and low in fat. So in that case, they can see the nutritional value of underutilized millets, and they can choose according to their nutritional requirement. So overall, if we compare the nutritional value of underutilized millets, we found that the nutritional value of these millets are similar or sometimes higher or more nutritious than rice and wheat. This is the grain nutritional composition and potential uses. As we know, like every person has different nutritional requirements. Suppose if someone is suffering from diabetes, they cannot eat rice that much because its glycemic index is too high. So what we are suggesting and what they are usually eating, wheat. So they need that kind of grain that is low in glycemic index, so it releases the glucose slowly. So in that case, we can see, oh, this millet having low in glycemic index, so this person can use this. So a diabetic person has a different nutritional requirement. Same time, if we take example of a kid, the kid is in growing age, so they need rich in fat, rich in protein, rich in carbohydrate. So because they are in growing age, so they need more energy, more fat, more protein. So then we can choose that kind of millets that is rich in protein, same time fat as well as carbohydrate. Or we can mix the crop, mix the millets, and we can prepare different kind of mix porridge kind of thing, so it will be more healthy, more nutritious. So if we compare specifically like finger millet, which is having 10 times more calcium than other crops, then proso millet and foxtail millet, they are rich in protein. Barnyard, little, and foxtail millet rich in crude fiber. And apart from this, they are rich source of protein, vitamin, calcium, iron, phytochemicals, and other antioxidants. Apart from this nutritional value, they are also drought resistant. It means eco-friendly, uh, easily available, easy to store. So these are the potential uses and nutritional value. Same way, similar to millets, lot of legumes are underutilized and still we are exploring them. So these legumes, now I'm showing, this is also considered by FAO as a underutilized crops, and it is also considered as future smart food. So grass pea, fava bean, pigeon pea, black gram, these legumes are known for us because in some area we are consuming, but it's known only in particular region. If we see the worldwide, it is not that known. That's why we considered it as a underutilized. Like black gram, we are using in South Indian cuisine, some North Indian cuisine, and then uh, pigeon pea also. But if you ask different countries, they even still don't know. They just know the green gram, then very lentil. Uh, these pulses still underutilized, not known for them. That's why we considered it as a underutilized legumes. So these are the benefits of underutilized. Apart from this, they are easily accessible and rich in antioxidant. It has nutraceutical properties, highly nutrient and cost effective. Nutrition. So here I'm comparing with the nutritional value of well-known, the known legumes we are consuming nowadays, and the legumes that is considered underutilized. So basically we are consuming legumes for protein source. So as we see the proteins content, if we compare with the lentil, the protein content is quite lower of the underutilized crops. But if we compare with the green gram, all underutilized legumes, suppose like black gram, pigeon pea, green grass, fava bean, they have more protein than green gram. Fat content, yes, this black gram having lowest fat, then fava bean. Carbohydrate content is also similar or higher. If we compare with the lentil, it is higher. If we compare with the green gram, it is lower. And resistant starch is also higher than the lentil and green gram. So this is the amino acid profile of underutilized legumes. Here we can, I compare with the chickpea, lentil, green pea, and then we found that like the essential amino acid profile of underutilized legumes similar to the amino acid of the well-known legume crops. So overall, we found it is nutritionally similar to the crops we are consuming. So these are some processing methods we are using in our day-to-day life, and then every household we are using this, and same time this is also used by industry as well. So dehulling, these processing methods are dehulling, decortication, soaking, germination, milling and sieving, cooking, fermentation, roasting, puffing and popping. So dehulling and decortication, many crops we cannot eat with husk, but there are many crops like legumes we can consume with husk as well. For example, 20 years or 30 years back, we used to consume legumes with husk. Earlier, we were not using that much processed legumes, but nowadays, everybody, it is easily not available as well, and everybody prefer to have without husk. And without husk, it is reduces, yes, same time it is reduces anti-nutrients, and it is also reduces nutritional and fiber content of legumes or millets, and it also enhances digestibility and mineral bioavailability. Soaking is also very old practice, like chickpea and different kind of legumes we cannot consume. Suppose pigeon pea or arhar dal, we can consume directly, like no need to soak, we can directly cook it. But some legumes we cannot. We need to soak it for at least overnight, 10 to 12 hours, 6 hours, depends upon the grain. So during the soaking, many nutritional and functional changes happen. Like protein content increases, mineral bioavailability also increases, and digestibility also increases, but same time anti-nutrients decreases. Germination. In germination, phenolic nutraceutical properties and protein compound increases, and anti-nutrients decreases. In milling, it reduces nutritional composition, because if we meal too much, then it becomes so fine, and all the fiber content we are losing. That's why earlier we used to consume bit not coarse but not fine wheat flour, and now we are using more fine wheat flour that is not good for health, because it reducing its nutritional composition, and same time it reduces the fiber content. Cooking, uh, we have different cooking practices. So cooking enhances overall carbohydrate content, it reduces anti-nutrients, it increases resistant starch. Fermentation, we know many fermented food in South Indian cuisine, like idli, dosa. If you go to northern sites, then dhokla, jalebi, then different kind of we have different traditional food that is made by the process of fermentation. So fermentation overall it enhances the nutritional properties, same time it increases the dietary fiber, and it also increases the availability of minerals and starch digestibility. Roasting. Roasting is a method also to reduce the entry nutrients. Iron and calcium content increases and protein digestibility also enhances. Puffing and popping. Puffing and popping, it enhances the digestibility and carbohydrate. Anti-nutrients compounds are decreasing. So during my doctoral degree, I have done some processing method like cooking. During this process, I worked on I compared between microwave cooking and open pan cooking of millets, some millets. So then I found that the carbohydrate compound, then protein content and minerals increased a lot. So when I compared, then I found, oh, overall nutritional value changed. And in legume, I have done different processing like soaking, germination, and pressure cooking. And then I found that the soaked legume are more nutritious, more protein they have, same time, but it depends upon legume to legume. So if we compare to raw one, I found that during the soaking and germination, the nutritional value increases a lot. Same time, dietary fiber also increases and fat content reduces. So if somebody is looking, and nowadays industry is also looking for this kind of, industry is also applying and looking for these kind of processing methods so they can make more healthy and nutritious food. For example, Horlicks, which is very well-known brand in India, they are using malted wheat. But those people who are suffering from gluten, they cannot consume that drink. So instead, so we can make, we can develop a malted drink from the millets. So it can be alternative and healthy drink for those who cannot drink gluten rich cereal crops. So there is lot of chance, opportunity to develop some nutritional food from utilizing these millets and legumes. This is the functions of some millets, for like foxtail millet. If somebody is suffering from cholesterol and their cholesterol is on borderline, so they, after consuming the foxtail millet, they can control the cholesterol, they can reduce the cholesterol, and if somebody is on borderline of cholesterol, after consuming this, they can reduce it or they can overcome this problem. Finger millet, it is helpful in tissue damage, specifically in diabetic people, because it, for them it's very difficult to heal the wound. It is also prevents cardiovascular diseases. Pearl millet, it is helpful in prevention of celiac disease, which is a gluten allergy disease. It also stimulates the immune system. Proso millet, it is helpful in reduction of type 2 diabetes. Recently in India, in around 7 states, some in vivo research going on, and they found that like somebody is suffering from type 2 diabetes, or uh, somebody is on borderline of diabetes, after consuming proso millet, they found that it reduces a lot, and those who are suffering from diabetes, somehow they maintain the blood sugar. So scientifically also it is proven now. Kodo millet, it is also helpful in prevention of diabetes, rich in antioxidants. Barnyard millet, it inhibits cancer. It has crucial role in progression of diabetes. And little millet, it is helpful in metabolic disorder because of polyphenolic compounds. These are the functional properties of legumes. Similar to millets, it is also rich source of micronutrients, low in glycemic index, gluten-free, no cholesterol, high protein, low fat. Nowadays, many people, they are moving towards the vegan and vegetarian foods. So now they are looking an alternative for meat. So legumes are the potential alternative for them, because it has similar kind of nutrients. It has similar kind of protein content, so it can be an alternative for vegan people and those who are looking similar properties like meat. Functional food. Foods are food that contain biologically active compounds, which is non-toxic amount and clinically proven and documented, which has benefits for the prevention and management and treatment of chronic disease. It is also helpful in reduction of disease, immune inducer, and rich in health benefits. For example, nowadays in market it is available like omega-3 rich egg. So if somebody is looking for healthy food, like they can have omega-3 rich eggs, then vitamin A rich rice, like many people are suffering from deficiency of vitamin A. So instead of taking medicine, they same time if they want to take medicine and food that is rich in vitamin A, so it will be more helpful. So these kind of food we can develop by fortification, by adding or by applying some kind of processing, like roasting or like germination, because now we know that okay, by applying this kind of processing, we can enhance the nutritional value. So the role of functional food is very need of this era, need of this hour, because due to this pandemic, people are looking for more plant-based food, more healthy alternatives, and same time uh, mm, without adding too much chemicals. So these underutilized crops has potential to be a functional food. So during my doctoral degree, I have developed ready to eat porridge by utilizing processed millets and legume. I have developed a ready to eat porridge, and I found that this porridge is really rich in nutrients, rich in iron, rich in protein, and adequate amount of carbohydrate. And the concept behind uh, development of this porridge, because the energy malnutrition is a major problem for undernourishment. So we came with that idea, why don't we develop a kind of food which everyone can easily eat, and processing is also not very difficult for anyone. So in that way we developed a ready to eat porridge. And apart from porridge, I have also developed cookies by utilizing little millet. So these are the value added products. These are some traditional foods like chapati, laddu, and idli. So now in India or in international markets also, we can easily find some millet based products, because now people are becoming more aware. They are looking for more healthy food, so we can easily find some millet-based food such as pasta and bread, but still we have to develop. We are looking for some more functional value-added products. Right now, I'm also working on development of noodles, which is gluten-free, which can be helpful for people, those who are suffering from celiac disease and gluten allergy. So, and many more worldwide people are working on this, and this having lot of scope for researchers, for farmers, and for industrialists. So these are the future perspectives. We know that these crops are rich in nutrients and phytochemical compounds, and it can prevent the chronic diseases, and so it can be a potential grain for human consumption. The need of this is to enhance nutrient bioavailability and better utilization and development of functional food by utilizing these crops. Consumption of millet-based food products, it will be helpful to maintain healthy lifestyle. And if we valorizing millet-based products, it can be helpful for farmers. It can give the opportunity to increase their income. And same time, we have to keep in mind, like, it should be affordable and nutritious food for the poor people as well. Conclusion. So as we know, underutilized contributes a global food and nutritional security, either directly or indirectly. It is a major source of micronutrients, important source of dietary fiber, and it is also having combating with climate change. As we know, fava bean, apart from nutritional value, fava beans are also known as mm, a plant that is attracting bees. So if we plant fava bean, lots of bees are coming, and we know without bees, it's very difficult to pollinate. So they are natural pollinators. So in apart from nutritional value, for environment, for climate, for world, this is also very helpful. And if we produces more soil, it enhances nitrogen content, and it enhances the soil productivity and health. So soil production of pulses also reduces the greenhouse gas emission. These are my publications. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Simmi Ranjan Kumar, for an excellent presentation and talk. I now request the participants to ask their questions. We'll also be posting the speaker's contact details in the chat window. Now, over to the participants for asking questions. Who is interested to ask questions, please? Anybody?
Hello.
Any questions? Mohan.
Yeah.
Mr. Mohan is now ready to ask questions. Yes.
Good afternoon, and Miss Semi, it is a very nice presentation. Actually, of course, I came in the middle. I really missed it, but once again, I will look into that. But my question is, you have mentioned about the value-added products, the traditional foods. What is the shelf life of that? And if we are interested, because I'm basically exported to the USA and the Caribbean markets. If I would like to deal that, what is the shelf life we can expect that?
Actually, it depends. Like if you make the flour, then it's very difficult to, I mean, shelf life is not that long, but if you add some preservatives, like ready to cook food, then at least we can, the shelf life should be 6 months. But if in grain form, then we can keep at around 1 or 2 years more than that.
And if
it
you
depends
want
upon
to,
the processing.
okay, and if you want to prepare such type of traditional food for value-added products, what you have mentioned, the millets and all, is there any the proportions is necessary, or just we can mix equal parts and just do something like that, and we are we have to be cautious. That will be proportionally will help to the increase the health immunity or something like that. Is there any specific, I mean, percentage?
It depends. Like suppose you are preparing cookies for kids, so in that case kids need more nutritious and healthy food, and they are not we are not considering that time the fat content. So if you are looking preparing cookies for kids, so then you are not concerning about fat, but same time you have to concern about protein. So you can make proportion in that way, so it will be rich in protein, fat and carbohydrate. But same time, if you are preparing cookies for diabetic people, then fat content and the sugar, that should be in less amount. And if you are using sugar also, that should be like stevia or other dates. So you can make combination in that way. And actually it fully depends upon the product and the person who is going to consume, like or the consumer based.
Okay, my last question is could you please guide us where can we get this type of technical information, and if you don't mind, can you please be helpful to us if we are interested?
Yeah, I don't have, I'm happy to help you.
Sure, definitely. Thanks a lot. Good day. I'll be in touch with you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mohan, for asking that question. Okay, next question. Any other questions, please? Any other questions?
This is Sabrina John.
Yeah,
Dr.
please.
Simmi, I want to just thank you for your presentation. I was just reminded that I don't have so many of the millets that you mentioned in my regular diet, and you just made me aware, that there is so many different varieties of millets that we have. And I'm just encouraged to, look it up further. So I just want to thank you for your excellent presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, that is a compliment from Ms. Sabrina John. Any other questions, please, from other participants? Okay, that is all we have for the day. I'd like to thank the speaker, Dr. Simmi Ranjan Kumar, on behalf of Agriculture Information, for taking a time to speak with us with an excellent presentation and talk. I now request the organizer of the meeting, Ms. Rajini Jain, to please close the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lakshmipati. I'd like to thank the speaker, Ms. Simmi Ranjan Kumar, for taking the time to talk with us. I also like to thank all the participants for their time. The meeting will now be closed.
Thank you, everyone.
You're most welcome.